phone guy's dead, and I'm sure that's not gonna make any future games really confusing or anything. Trying to remember, there was a second topic that I wanted to talk about in Night 3, but I was still finishing my Uncanny Valley thought. And I don't remember what it was. Okay, both of the animatronics are out. I still don't think Freddy is that much of a threat in Night 4. So I'm still kind of just not really keeping an eye on him. I might regret it. I might get killed by Freddy. I definitely used up all my luck for 420 mode. Like, last night. I'm calling it right now. Oh yeah, the cameras. I actually think that FNAF 3, of all games, did the camera system the best. Because, if you think about it, in Night 4, and FNAF 4, there is no camera system. And FNAF 1, it's a little important, but let's be honest, you're just flipping over the camera to even look at Pirate Cove or the East Hall Corner. Those are the only important cameras in the game. The rest could not even exist, and it wouldn't really make the game any less playable. In FNAF 2, they did the cameras so badly because you gotta wind up the music box, so rarely you go from having 2 important cameras to literally only 1 important camera with no incentive to go to any other camera in the game. But FNAF 3 makes you use almost every single camera. There's like 4 to 5 important cameras. Admittedly, there's a bit like less important ones, like I think 5 and 6 aren't that important, but for the most part, you're spending like all game in the cameras, and I really think that it fixes the core issue of the cameras not serving enough of a purpose. Unfortunately, everything else about FNAF 3 is not great because, well, it's not that scary. The good ending's really convoluted. Okay, so Freddy just laughed, meaning he moved. Whenever Freddy moves, I would recommend checking the right corner, just in case. I don't think he can move from the stage to the right corner, though. Because your playstyle needs to completely change if he's in that corner. Oh, hi, Chica. Are you gone yet? Yeah, see, it's Night 4. You think they would stay there for longer to drain your power? Not the case. They move away because, like I said, the system is not based off of, like, intelligence or anything like that. It just means that they are allowed to move faster, meaning they're I can't speak. Meaning they are also allowed to move out of your door faster. So it's kind of easier in a way in the later nights. So if you don't know, this port of Five Nights at Freddy's actually has a few quality of life changes that are pretty good. The first one is that it has cheats, kind of like the mobile port, which, by the way, I don't know if the new mobile... That's not who I was expecting to be at my door. Okay, I guess Chica just walked back. I don't know if the new mobile port is different. I think it is a different one than the one I originally played. The one I originally played, you could get, like, stuffies and stuff, but they might have been behind microtransactions. I honestly can't remember. I think I'm going to keep an eye on Pirate's Cove. Oh my... Okay, Bonnie, you are just failing every movement check. Every movement opportunity you have, you are failing right now. Okay. Nope! Foxy's a bit annoying because he drains your power. Okay, so now I don't have any reason to check on Foxy for the rest of the night. That doesn't mean he's not active. He's still very much active, but we are only at Night 4, so as long as I'm using the... Night 4? I meant 4 a.m. We are already at 4 a.m., so as long as I'm using the camera enough, he really shouldn't have a reason to attack me again. So this is kind of the main strat for now. Just check both doors, and then flip up your camera and flip it down. You only really need to see what's there for a second. Oh, he's here! So, Freddy does not work with the whole light things. Freddy actually moves right from your corner into your office, and you might be wondering, well, if he moves right into your office, why are you not closing the door? And that's because Freddy is not actually allowed to move. And we're safe right now because Chica's there. Freddy's not allowed to move so long as you open the camera on him. So it's kind of like Schrodinger's Freddy. Yeah, that makes sense. He's not in your office until you open your camera to a camera that's not Freddy. So, like, until you open your camera, he can't move. And that might be a little bit wrong. He might be able to move if you don't open your camera for, like, a minute or something. But as long as you're opening your camera frequently, and he used to be in the corner, he will still be in the corner, unless he moved away. The only way Freddy can actually move into your office is if he's in the corner and you look at another camera. So, for an example, he would get in right now if I didn't just close the door. But because the door was closed, I was free to just check another camera. And the key to the harder nights is going to be balancing Freddy and Foxy. Because Chica and Bonnie are really simple, but Freddy and Foxy kind of work together to make your life a living hell. Because you always need to be watching Freddy, but you also need to be checking Foxy to make sure he's not about to, like, run into your office. And I have died from Foxy before because I was so preoccupied with Freddy, and Foxy just kind of snuck at a Pirate's Cove and gave me a heart attack. Ugh! the night completion scared me. The strat's pretty much the exact same for Night 5. So as a result, I might cut down Night 5 a lot because we've already gone over most of the mechanics, and that was kind of my big fear with covering this game. Once you get all of the mechanics explained, what's really left to talk about? Night 5 and Night 6, and yeah, spoiler, there's a Night 6. 5 Nights at Freddy's, more like 6 Nights at Freddy's. Oh wait, there's a 7th night. 5 Nights at Freddy's, more like 7 Nights at Freddy's. More like a week at Freddy's. Okay, I'm sorry. I'll probably just cut to if I have like any interesting thoughts or if there's any particularly intense bits of gameplay. What's up, Freddy? Okay, Chica's in the right corner, so okay, I would have checked Foxy, but that didn't come to pass because of the camera static. You don't know, the camera static is just to hide them moving. I assume Scott didn't want to animate the animatronics moving, which is kind of the point of the real-time FNAF mod. But if you ever see like camera static, it probably means that the camera you're looking at has some sort of movement in it. I believe the original run that beat 2020 mode. I might be wrong on this. I might be getting my history wrong, but I believe it did like a strat like this. And I think it's because they just didn't know how Freddy worked at the time, which... Oh, I'm dead. I just realized I'm dead. Oh no, never mind, I'm not. I didn't give him enough time, I guess. I'm so used to 420 mode where if you do that, you are dead. Absolutely. Within the second that you do that, you're gone. But Night 5's actually pretty forgiving in comparison. So, some things that you can actually do to preserve power is if Chica's in the right corner, you can use it as an opportunity to check Foxy without closing the door because, well, Freddy's not there, Chica is. And they can't occupy the same space, to my knowledge. Also, if you hear pots and pans, you can only check the left door. You don't need to check both of them. Because obviously that means that Chica's in the kitchen, so it doesn't really make sense for her to even be able to show up in the right door. You would think that you'd have to that you wouldn't have to check the right door at all because you have the camera, but as has been shown off like plenty of times, Chica can just like completely bypass Freddy and show up in your door. So always check both doors unless you can actually hear Chica. Okay, I'm getting paranoid about Foxy, so okay, he's not even out yet. We're good. And yeah, if you ever need to check Foxy, just close the right door and check him. You might even be able to get away with just checking him normally on night 5, but I wouldn't risk it because that's how you let Freddy in. It's the equivalent of accidentally opening your, like, camera when Bonnie's at the door. Which, by the way, I've survived. Like, this game's a lot more forgiving than I remember. And I don't mean I survived this at, like, night 2. I think I survived this at, like, night 4 or 5 before. And it's like, what? I should be dead. Does anybody have, like, an actual chart of, like, what nights is what AI levels? That would be kind of interesting to see. Those are hallucinations. I believe we saw them in the night 4 call, if not the night 5 call. Maybe I'm completely wrong and it was the night 3 call, but yeah, they just kind of show up from time to time. There's other hallucinations in the game, like you could see, like, posters of crying children in one of the halls. You can see the Freddy poster. If it's not Golden Freddy, then it's like a normal Freddy ripping his own head off. 80% power for 1 more hour. I think we're good. Even if we bring this up to power, like, outage, I think we're gonna survive. First, I say that, and then they're gonna both appear at my door. And they're gonna sit there for like 15 minutes each. I guarantee it. I got too antsy, and I really wanted to check on Foxy, and I ended up leaving Freddy's camera unwatched. With the door open. I keep doing that. I really gotta get that, like, out of my muscle memory because, that won't fly. That won't fly on 420 mode. It just won't. Freddy will get in and he's gonna eat my face off. There's only 2% power. I'm actually kind of worried right now. I think I can stop checking. Okay, yeah. We win. Easy game. And Mike Schmidt gets $120. Good job. Life and Death Experience, $100. But we have the 6th night to do.